From the rolling fields in the south to the boreal forests in the north, Saskatchewan's food bounty overflows. As an author and journalist, I've spent the last decade tasting the best the province has to offer and telling stories to help us reconnect with our food. I'll take you on a field-to-plate journey to discover our finest ingredients and the people behind it all. Because this isn't just my story, it's Saskatchewan's. There are a lot of misconceptions about cattle and ranching. However, the whole story is not being told. Some of the world's last remaining grasslands are in southern Saskatchewan. Cattle and the ranchers who raise them are vital to keep these grasslands thriving.
Our farm is a true family farm. My wife and I and our 2 kids, we also work with my parents. When we used to manage the cattle, they were in larger pastures. So when we moved them to a summer pasture, they'd be there for months at a time. And we started to realize some of the benefits there were for moving them more often, and we got to where we are today, where a lot of times we'll move them once a day.
Mark and Laura, I can't believe your pastures this year. It looks incredible. Tell me what you're doing out here that's making it so vibrant and lush and green.
Well, we keep moving the cattle about once a day if we can, and the idea is to not to take everything, but just to take a little bit and allow the plants to keep growing and to recover.
The rule of thumb is kind of when it's green and growing fast, you move the cows fast, and then when it's growing more slowly, you can move the cows more slowly, because you never want to let it grow back and then have them graze it again while they're still in the same area.
So to me right now, I mean, this looks really healthy and beautiful. Why are you moving the cattle every day?
A big part of rotational grazing isn't so much planning what to do today, but what you want this to look like when you want to use it the next time. There's very few things we actually think about when we think about nutrients. We think about the protein and maybe the iron that comes in beef, but proper cycling soil and really healthy grass has many more phytochemicals and vitamins, and it's full of the little things that just help to make the livestock and the meat and eventually the people who eat it healthier. So this is kind of what we really like to see. She's got what you'd call guts. She's just a round.
Yeah, she looks so healthy.
Yeah.
How can you tell how they're doing at this point in the season?
The shiny coat is a really good indication of how healthy they are. The other is how fat they look. Like you can see a lot of them have a decent round to their belly and
a flat back, kind of, and rounded on back. And because they move every day, they know that this means new grass right away, so they come. Yeah.
So that's why they're so excited. They're not excited to see us necessarily. They know they're going to be going to new grass right away.
Excited to go past us. Yeah,
it's supper time.
Right.
They don't all have the same personal space boundaries.
Right.
Yeah, they're not opposed to bumping you if you're in the way.
They may not respect my bubble.
That's right, they may not.
All right, well, let's get going. How do I do this?
We're going to put these 2 together.
Okay.
I'll let you do that.
All right.
Yeah, you want the notches at the top. Yeah, and then we're just going to lift the fence and let them through.
Okay. Are you ready, girls?
I'd say yes.
The family moves their cattle to new sections of pasture every day. Rotational grazing improves the soil and grass health while keeping carbon in the ground.
It's easy to drill down on a certain thing, a gas, a methane, and say this is a problem and cattle are part of that, but they're part of a natural system that was here long before we got here, grasslands and grazing ruminants. That's a system that worked until we broke it. So if we can do anything to mimic the way it worked originally, then we can kind of get that cycle back on track. And once you can come out and you can see see how healthy the land is, it's pretty easy to convince people that it's not really the cow's fault.
And what have you found the impact to be on the finished product, on the grass-finished beef, when you're using the rotational grazing and taking the grass health into account?
The healthier you can keep the grass, the healthier you can keep the soil, the more nutrients that passes on into the grass, and then the livestock end up not only in better health because they've got a better balanced diet, but it also improves the quality and the flavor of the meat.
The cattle can select what they need in their diet, if they need more of a legume, more of a grass, or whatever they need, which also helps them be healthier, have the vitamins and minerals they need, which passes right on through to the beef too.
So when we started down the road of managing our pastures better, we started to really like the results. We liked the way that the grass was responding. We liked the way that the cattle were responding, and the health of our herd was improving. And it's really satisfying to have people eat something that you've spent a lot of work on and enjoy it so much and appreciate it so much. It's important to us that we leave the land in better shape than we found it, and the business itself. It's important that all of those things get tied together so that the next generation should come back to the farm with tons of enthusiasm and pride and just wanting to build on what's happened before. And that's kind of what we're hoping for.
By mimicking nature, the Heimer family is regenerating their land, creating healthier soil and grass, which equals healthier cattle. The nutrients in the grass are passed along to the cattle, which then turn that into nutritious and flavorful grass-finished beef.
Out here in the cattle industry, we kind of do what our grandpa did, what our dad did, which I think is some ways is okay, but we got to start taking some chances and start taking a little bit of risk. Like ranching's a great life. And I mean, Southwest Saskatchewan, there's a lot of great cattle ranchers and they're very good at what they do. But a lot of people maybe are just complacent of just doing that. And I think why maybe more people don't do it is because it is a risk. It's something different because we're taking something that we see physically born, we raise it up to finish, we take it, we process it, and we sell it out the front door, I call it, to the public. Our place is fourth generation right now. We're around 110 years been on this location. We use the horses to work the cattle, to move the cattle, sort cattle. When I first got out of school, I got working in the oil field and had a very good job, but it just wasn't what I wanted to do. This was what I wanted to do. You know, it's a great place to live and blessed to have the opportunity to be able to raise some cattle out there. I'm Vince Stevenson, owner of Carricane Farms and Ranch House Meat Company located in Shaunavon, Saskatchewan.
Along with raising 500 head of cattle, Vince owns Ranch House Meats in Shaunavon, a town of about 1,700. That means he controls the supply chain and his customers know exactly where their beef comes from.
We started about 10 years ago and just kind of had an idea on a summer holiday. I kind of felt in this area we could do a better job of what people were getting offered, and kind of come home and laid out the idea, and kind of next thing you know, here we are.
Why did you want to take the value-added route, and what does that mean for you rather than selling it in the traditional commodity market?
And it's sure nice to see our product from start to finish, from a little calf right when it comes into the butcher shop, that knowing that's kind of some satisfaction of raising it, and we can raise good stuff. And I just wanted to give people another choice.
Tell me about your new manager. I hear you have a new butcher here.
His name is Corey, and he has took a tremendous amount off my shoulders, and it allows me to do what I love to do, and my passion is raising cattle.
All right, Corey, we're at the butcher shop. Tell me what we're gonna do today.
Okay, so today I'm gonna bring out a side of beef for you, and we're gonna break it down into the different parts, and then we're going to do a tomahawk steak.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna go grab the beef, we'll get started. Okay, Jen, so this is the rib section of the beef. So is what we have here is the ribeye, and then right here we have the short rib section. So when we cut this on the saw to make the tomahawk, we're gonna cut here, and then that is going to leave the short rib attached to the ribeye, which will then have this nice bone attached to the ribeye, which gives the tomahawk its signature look.
What makes these ribeyes so good?
First off, they're one of the most tender cuts on the entire animal, as well as they're one of the most densely marbled. And the marbling is what we really look for, so we like all those little specks of fat in there, and that increases flavor and tenderness as well.
Wow.
Okay, Jen, so here's our unfinished tomahawk. Now what we want to do is we want to find where we think our steak is going to look the best. So this is usually about where we go. So from there, we'll just make a little line, and then we know kind of where to trim it.
Okay.
Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to clean off this short rib here.
Oh, and then you get that nice bone coming up.
That's right. So this is kind of gets that signature look, right?
Mm-hmm. What do you do with this?
This makes great hamburger.
Oh,
Great hamburger
perfect.
or stew, anything like that. We can turn it into something else to give a little bit more value to it, of course.
So many ways to use the cow, right?
Exactly, for sure.
So how do you know if it's too much fat? This would be extra, or that's okay?
We don't mind a little bit on the outside, maybe a 1/4 inch.
Okay.
Obviously, we don't want it to be too fatty, but this looks pretty perfect to me. So what we have here is your beautiful tomahawk.
Wow, what a beauty. As Corey explained, every part of the animal is used. After I learned a few butchering skills, Vince invited me to see how they work cattle on horseback and keep ranching traditions alive. We're out at the pasture. It's beautiful. Tell me a bit about this place.
Okay, right here, we're about 25 miles northwest of Shaunavon. Around 5,000 acres of rolling hills. We got trees, we got bush, we got creeks. Just couldn't be happier to have this place for our cattle to roam around.
There's about 500 head, you said, or cow-calf pairs?
About 500 right in here, yep. When you're out there, it's you and the horse and the animals. You know, we leave the cell phones in the truck and we experience the smell, the sounds. There's no therapy in the world that beats getting on a horse and just having some time to think, and it's just great. Everything here is grown off our own ranch. We're using everything that's from right close to here. So it's just a win-win for us. That's why I think it's unique.
For Vince, it's important to create employment opportunities in his community. Not only is he helping revive rural Saskatchewan, he's also providing high-quality beef products straight from his pasture to local dinner plate.
I truly was inspired to do this because of the way Europeans dine versus North Americans. I think North American mentality is that everything needs to be in an urban setting and convenient and right here and right now. And we wanted to slow it down. I think that was a really big, important part when I traveled through Italy and France and some of the amazing restaurants we ate at in small towns, and the love in their gardens, and they wanted to show you and they wanted to bring you back, and you weren't just like a guest. You know, you're almost like part of their family and in their restaurant for a bit. And I thought like there was no feeling I ever had more than that than sitting around after a branding or a harvest and the meals we would have. So we wanted to create something that we wanted to eat at. We want to bring all the things that make coming to a small town amazing. And what is that? It's the people and the way they welcome you and they open their arms. And I wanted to showcase that. I wanted to showcase this side of Saskatchewan. It's often like, oh, it's a little town, they're just a bunch of hicks, but they know how to have a good time. Like usually that's followed, oh, I had the best party, you know, and they're talking about the people. They're talking about the way they felt and the way they were brought in and the way they were welcomed into that community. And there needed to be restaurants like that in Canada. I'm Garrett Rusty Thenis, and I'm the owner and chef here at Harvest Eatery and the Blind Boar in Shaunavon, Saskatchewan.
Harvest Eatery is unique for several reasons, such as its partnership with Ranch House Meats, which supplies the restaurant Speckle Park beef and is located just across the street.
I met my wife Christy while working in Calgary. We'd take our coffee break across the street at the bar she worked at and have a quick cold beer sometimes mid-shift, to be 20 again. That was 10 years ago. 3 years after that, I brought her up to this idea of opening a restaurant in Shaunavon, which was crazy. None of my friends wanted to invest, nobody wanted in. People tried to talk me out of it, but we're opening beautiful restaurants in urban settings that are bringing us food from everywhere else, but we're not celebrating anything that we do. And we do a lot of things really well. For me, I really wanted to support my community, and Vince had opened the butcher shop across the street. The idea to me seems so obvious. This is where we're raising pulses, chickpeas, lentils, mustards, peas. We have pigs, chicken, eggs. That's who we are. And why isn't anybody doing this food? It wasn't as much about the grading, whether it was AAA, AA, prime. I just wanted to know the guy that was raising the beef, and I wanted to see those cattle and how they were being treated, and I wanted to know that from A to B before they ended up on your plate that they lived a really great life and that we weren't going to waste sections of that cow. So we focus on the menu on using as much of the cuts as possible, and what we can't they use in the store. And so I think about food in a sense of it being a really shared experience, and if you want to have a great meal, I don't know what chef you're going to go to of any worth that wouldn't say it starts with great ingredients.
Okay, chef, we're in your restaurant. You're gonna show me how to make one of my favorite dishes on the menu, the Speckle Park beef tataki with Speckle Park from Vince across the street.
That's right. Tataki was something I kind of eaten a lot, but with tuna normally. It's a very Japanese-centric dish. You need 3-4 components that make it that way, which is green onion, sesame oil, ponzu, and then pickled ginger. But at the end of the day, what tataki celebrates is the meat on the plate. So we're not gonna mess with it too much. We're just gonna add a little touch of oil, and then we season with our salt and pepper. And a good salty crust also helps dry a little bit at the top of the meat. It'll pull the moisture so you get a really nice sear when you're coming down. But we're just going to set and then press it lightly because we want to make sure our sear gets nice and even.
How long do you leave it now?
Depending on your temperature, I usually say about 30 to 45 seconds each side.
Oh, that's it. Wow.
Really, really quick, yeah. You want the inside to be blue rare so it melts, but you get a little crunch off the, off the texture on the outside. So a lot about food is not just contrasting and balancing flavors, but also giving you contrasting textures so that your palate is kind of kept alive and surprised the whole time you eat.
That's that experience that you're
That's part of the
speaking about.
experience, yeah. So at this point, we're just going to quickly move over with our pan, and we'll just set our beef on the board. And what's really important about this is giving it an opportunity to rest now.
Okay.
So the key when we're doing the dots on the plate is you want to be a little bit close, and you just kind of go your own speed, but you want to keep them random and odd numbered. I'm going to let you kind of finish it off. Imagine though that you're working with just the half of the plate. So at this point, we need to bring the star of the show in, which is our beef. So first cut's kind of the end cut, so it's no good, so you're just supposed to eat it.
Oh, great.
Yeah. And you can see the tenderloin just wants to fall apart, so having a really sharp knife is key at this point. We'll bring it, and we just do we need a few more components for this to become tataki, and one of those is ponzu sauce. So here at Harvest, we make our own. It's like a citrus soy sauce, and we just drizzle it over this beef now. It's gonna add a little bit of saltiness to it as well. Whenever I've had like a beef tartare or a rare beef, one of my favorite things is just a little egg yolk. It adds some richness and fattiness, but we didn't want to just pour an egg yolk on there. So what we've done is cured our egg yolks.
Look at that.
It's just a salt and sugar combination. Literally like cheese, we're grating some fresh egg yolk. It's all gonna add flavor. This dish my dad has never had anywhere else. He's never seen it. And it's like his favorite thing in the world. And for me, that was just a really special moment. So if you have a chance to try beef tataki in your town, do so, and then come here and taste what it should taste like.
Yeah, chef. Rusty and his wife Christy are creating a remarkable dining experience in their Saskatchewan small town. Their restaurant is a destination for people from all over, and they do it by staying true to the ingredients, like ranch fresh beef found in their own community.
And so people would try to challenge that standard. 72
Here we are, guys. On the right closest to Christy and Vince, we're doing a bison tartare studded with fresh Saskatoon berries, and underneath is smoked beef bone marrow. That's been slow roasted and salted. And then over here for you guys, just so you get your greens while you're doing your meat, we have what we call our harvest salads. So dig in, enjoy. I'll be right back.
Incredible. Thank you, chef.
Yep, thank you.
What's it like having a chef at home?
He doesn't cook at home, actually. We do get to taste test a lot of the food first and try the wine out, which is nice.
Yeah. To bring these tastes and these flavors to rural Saskatchewan, people here deserve just as great a food as people in the cities, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So it's so nice to come for a treat 15 minutes away, and we get to taste what we're raising without doing any work.
God, it's that creating an experience around eating as well, and the pleasure of sharing good food and company, and that's why people come from all over to eat here.
It's the feeling you get of going to your mom's house and having a great meal with your friends and your family. And you leave usually with a hug.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
All right, guys.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Wow.
The beef. So we have roasted fingerling potatoes for you guys, charred broccolini. The puree is made from ugly carrots, which are the ones that aren't cute enough to make it in the grocery store, but still taste just as good. And then we have our maple bourbon and green peppercorn sauce. And of course, the star of our show, our tomahawk ribeye steak, which has been finished with just a touch of truffle butter. We're gonna take this just off the bone first.
Oh, man.
Oh wow. Look at that.
See, I guess for me as a cattle rancher in our business, to see this kind of like our theme was pasture to plate, raise them and have the good folks to harvest here, prepare the end product. It's just, that's so gratifying. It just really is.
There's no hard work that's worth it in life if you can't share down and share a meal with friends, you know?
There are a lot of ups and downs in every industry, but this here makes it so worthwhile as far as I'm concerned.
100%.
So worthwhile.
So hopefully, knowing all the hard work that went into this meal, it's gonna taste fantastic. All right, let's dig in.
And cheers, everyone.
Yes.
Cheers.
Salute.